Alaska Airlines Beauty. We took off from Las Vegas, and now we are descending into KPDX, or Portland for people who do not speak airport codes. Seals here going over Shasta. And sorry, this is still only Microsoft 2020 because I am a virtual. Let's see where we're at here. Oh, show up. Here we go. We're pulling into KPDX 28 left. Just gonna pull up the chart and see what we're working with here. Oh, geez. Come on. 28 left. Here we go. Should do mill vision. I mean, we're going to be doing manual from 10,000 down, just because that's how I do it. So I believe if you're going to follow it all the way down to minimums, are you even flying? Are you even flying? Oh. Here. 28 left. Check our RNAV minimums. 309. Sweet. Go ahead and pin this one just in case we need it in the future. Let's go ahead and roll our minimums on up. This thing gets really annoying when you're flying into Denver. You have to roll it all the way up to 4,600, something ridiculous, I think. It gets bad, and your thumb gets tight. Welcome aboard the channel, but no face cam, just airplane in the view as we pull into different places. Where, as you saw, we're descending from the 737-900 and we are pulling into Portland. This is the first string, so, you know, help me keep me honest in the chat and enjoy the ride. We'll brief the arrival, set up the approach, configure, and land exterior shots here and there. Mostly just cockpit. Anywho, where's everybody from? I'd love to know where you're from, what you think, and any improvements you might suggest. Oh, by the way, let's go over this. For those of you who do not know how to read routing, here is where we're going, right? PDX, that's Portland's airport, landing at 28 left. And the star we are approaching on is Timbers with a Moxie transition. So how we put that in here in the 737-900 is we go here. See Portland, arrival, 28 left. Many people will do the ILS because instrument landing system, and that is technically how you're supposed to land. However, this is only a simulator. Therefore, I enjoy actually flying. So I usually take over about 10,000 feet or so and just hand fly it down. So a lot of this is more for show than it is for the actual landing that we're going to show. One second, guys. I was just looking over my Discord settings. Anyway, so as we were saying, the Timber Star Moxie transition, got that plugged in. Let's get our weather report. That is crucial. Oh, no wind in Portland, apparently. Is that a common thing for you Portlanders? I wouldn't know. I've never been. I've heard some things, and I've heard not great things. So if you're in Portland and it's gorgeous and maybe beautiful, and it's worth being there, as it sounds to me, then that would be awesome. But from what I've heard, I wouldn't want to bring my family. But drop it in the chat if I should. Maybe it's not as dangerous as it was before. So, here's important calculations by our flight computer. We will be doing 30 degrees, so it's recommending 136, but where's our wind correction at? There's no wind. However, I still like to go, especially in the 900 ER, because it's such a large plane. I like to stay 4 to 5 above VREF, regardless of what the wind's doing. That's just my personal thoughts. If you guys feel differently, yeah. One, it doesn't matter, but also, yeah, let me know if I should be doing it differently. I am not it's probably important to tell you, I'm not a professional pilot, so yeah, feel free to correct me in the chat if you notice things that I'm doing wrong. If you have more hours on a simulator or in an actual 737. I'd like to give a shout out to my #1 subscriber, Jackson. Oh yeah, no, you'll probably never see my face. That's for sure. Yeah. Discord. Does that sound better? Let's turn on our weather, just make sure we don't have anything coming our way. One clean sweep, and it looks like it's all going to be rosy on the way in. Again, all these alerts that end up popping up are going to be for nothing, because I'll be taking over in flying sweep. Let's set our auto brake to 2. We are all set up. Seems like almost. Altimeter set to 29er, 9er1, which you can see here. 9er1. Again, the wind still 0 zeros. 21 degrees Celsius, of course. Let's see, and it looks like we are lining up pretty well with where we need to be on our descent rates. I don't know that our brake will be necessary, or our air brakes will be necessary, but we will see. If we need it, we'll throw that bad boy out. having a look outside, see what's going on out here. Gorgeous mountains. Beautiful. Oh, there he is again. There's this gorgeous. This plane's cool too. Delivery for the camp people. Zap Kwani. Anybody knows about Zap Kwani? Drop in the chat about that. Because I don't. I'm not a big seafood fan. Thanks for the live chats, guys. Drop them in the chat. Alright, let's do our recall. Make sure everything is armed and set. Good. Flight attendants a heads up. We're about 10 minutes out. And as you can see, we're about 10 or 10,000 feet. And we'll be taking over mainland. Flight attendants, prepare for the landing. Right. What I mean is I can go ahead and set the ground spoilers to fire when we land by propping it up like that. However, if I have to use the speed brake at any time, then I will end up resetting that switch and have to go back down and do it again. Nobody wants to do that. I don't like turning on my landing lights if it's bright and clear outside. I don't know if that's like a rule that you're supposed to. I'd be interested in learning, but it seems unnecessary. Oops, I'm speeding. See, I don't want to gain altitude, but also I was descending a little fast. Remember that we are going for 28 left. So when we get down there, we'll know that we need to be facing 280. Kind of helps to, crap, oops. Anyways, it kind of helps to figure out how to get orientated when we get down to approach altitude, final altitude. JM Aviation coming in saying he's expecting a good landing. God, I hope so, but this arrival's not looking great. I keep gaining altitude and not meaning to. So I'm trying to stream and fly an airplane, which admittedly might be a mistake. go ahead and adjust my trim all the way down, because the VNAV of the autopilot will adjust that, and it'll get all kinds of out of whack. Let's go ahead and put down our... Give us some increased drag. So I don't know if you noticed or not, we are not at 4,000. So this will be fun. I got distracted by the mountains. Beautiful view. So if you remember, 120 left, right? So when we get down there, we'll need to be facing 2800. But I'm zoomed in so much, you can't exactly see how to get a line. However, see over here that basically doing an entire flip is, or a U-turn really. I know flip probably doesn't make you feel comfortable in a traditional airplane, but you know, we know that we're going to end up doing a giant U-turn down here, so we'll have plenty of time and drag to lose some altitude. Man, those mountains are cool. See what I was talking about, that we'd be losing plenty of altitude here on this step. Because I knew how I do it. What the hell? Alright. For some reason it had all kinds of messed up my route. There we go. Now we're back in there. Oh. Man, we're still dropping like a stone. Alright. Let's hit it, boys. You ready for this? And here we go. Now we are down where we need to be. Good. Flaps 1. Or flaps up. Hey, Mike. Hold on, I'll drop out of Discord.
Bank angle.
There we go. Alright. And we're back. Voice only on Discord though, so we can talk. There we go. Gotcha. At least somebody's actually working. Alright, gears down. Ouch. Let's verify those. Yep, were. Flaps 2. That's 3. With the approach, so it'll. Yep, there. Now it'll go towards my VREF. See down there. And flaps 30. Just to increase the drag a little bit. There we go. On the line. Maybe one might call the ball. Okay. Why isn't it not wanting to keep it up? Alright, you know what? It's gonna play that way, then I'll play this way. Obviously, I don't want to drop like a rock. Okay. This 900 ER, the attack angle on the runway is very, very shallow. If not, you risk a tail strike because it is so long of an aircraft. Kind of like the Airbus A321. No question. Let's talk about the attack angle when you're coming in on final for either, you know, the 737-900 or the A321.
1,000.
Yep. Yeah, and I set my VREF, but my auto throttle wasn't going down to it, wasn't giving it up. So I took it off auto throttle, and now I'm just hand sticking it in.
Light slow.
Ah, shut up. We're fine.
Light slow.
500.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
400.
Light slow. Light slow.
Building
Light
just loading
slow.
in.
Light slow. Light slow.
300.
You're
Minimums.
fine.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
Such a
Light
girl.
slow.
200. 100. 100. 50. 50. 30. 40. 20. 30. 10. 20. 10.
It's a little off the center, but in there like swimwear. Reversers green and full. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you land a 737-900 ER. Everything reset. Let the flight attendants tell everybody stay in their seat until you get to the gate. And with that, thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, feel free to tell me about it in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the things that a YouTuber is supposed to say. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll pick you up next time when we're flying wherever we end up. Yeah, good one. Bye.